UN says by 2050, the world's population may reach a whopping 10 billion. In a world threatened by climate change and stretched thin for resources, our lifestyle decisions are putting the planet at risk. The UN is looking into ways for everyone to live better and lighter. A recent study by Accenture and the Worldwide Fund for Nature Singapore revealed that a large portion of Singaporeans are eager to take action to protect the environment by making more sustainable choices. 4 out of 5 said they care about the environment. Half listed carbon emissions and climate change as top concerns. And a third of consumers here even identified as eco-warriors. Yet the average Singapore resident produces more than 8 tons of carbon emissions annually. More than 400 trees are required to absorb this impact. That's more than 4 times higher than the recommended carbon footprint of 2 tons per individual per year, which is needed to keep global warming under 2 degrees Celsius by 2050. It's no surprise that countries emitting the most carbon dioxide are the ones that control the world's oil. But Australia and the U.S. are among the top CO2 polluters per person. South Korea has the largest per capita emissions here in Asia. The cost and inconvenience are cited as the top reasons for not adopting green practices. Some also believe their individual action is too small to make a difference.
平常生活中刻意少用一个一次性筷子什么的，对于大环境来讲，我个人觉得影响不大，因为可能咱们省的还不如别人浪费的多。
We've got to start somewhere, and every little bit counts. And if we don't do anything, we'll get to a point where we're just swimming in rubbish.
조금 불편함은 있는데 확실히 도움은 될 것 같다고 생각을 해요. 좀 쓸데없는 쓰레기도 많이 나오고.
So what can we do from the comfort of our own homes? I visited Eileen Cow, an environmental advocate, for tips on living sustainably and having a zero-waste lifestyle.
This is Eileen Cow. She's a homemaker and mother of 2, originally from Britain, who's passionate about sustainable, low-waste, pared-down living. Eileen has been sharing her tips and know-hows on social media since moving to Singapore 3 years ago. She's now known to her followers as Eco Mama. When it comes to embarking on a sustainability journey, she says the best place to start is actually at home.
How we minimised plastic usage as a family, we invested in a soda maker for sparkling water, so already we've saved a lot of plastic bottles. We've also bought a water filter, and with this filter you don't need to change it regularly, so I've had this for 3 years and it's still using the first filter. People always say, oh, I need to buy lots of lovely jars and containers to put my food in, but I say, you should just reuse what you have, and these jars are just food jars that I've had cleaned and just reused again.
So one area that I think is overlooked is food waste and how we manage it. And so what I like to do is from the veggie scraps, I collect them and then freeze them, and once it's full then I can make a vegetable broth out of it. So no waste at all here. Another thing I'd like to touch on are the silicone bags. So we've relocated here, and 3 years now I've not had to use Ziploc bags, so these can just be washed and reused again.
Moving on to the bathroom,
yes.
Where many of us tend to overlook our plastic footprint.
Yes.
What do you have here?
We use reusable cotton pads, so that already has reduced our waste on these. We also have bamboo toothbrushes, so we don't buy the plastic ones anymore. We have switched to using soap bars, so for the family we use this for our face, body, and you can also buy shampoo bars. For my feminine products, I've switched to using menstrual pads. Many people don't know that the material that your disposable pads are made of from plastic. This is 100% cotton.
Okay. So Eileen, how can we create a more sustainable wardrobe?
So when I relocated to Singapore, I attended lots of swap shops. I'd say 80% of my wardrobe now is pre-loved and swapped. So this dress is actually bought. It's fair trade and ethically made. I've worn it so many times that a hole started to appear on the shoulder. So I took it to an embroiderer and she patched up the hole and then made a design. So, you know, I get to wear this much longer. In Singapore, tailoring is incredibly cheap. What I thought was the skirt that didn't fit me, I had it tailored for my daughter, and from the scraps they even made a little doll's dress for it.
Eileen says the road to reducing our negative impact on the environment and living a greener life is a journey that never truly ends.
I know a lot of people think that it's cumbersome and expensive. Yes, when you first start off, because it's not normal, you're not used to taking these things out. But once you get into the flow, you know, everything is just normalized. It's just about reducing your carbon footprint, and by doing that, you are saving resources, and in turn you are saving yourself money. So it's just from simple not using so much water, turning off the taps, switching off the lights. You know, you could be walking and biking. There's so many things that you can do.
What we can learn from Eileen is that conscious consumption is one of the keys to sustainable living, and that every little step we take can make a huge difference on our planet.